What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 news update. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be breaking down the recently released X-Men trailer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first up in the trailer we get this really cool new shot of Black Panther as he holds the Soul Stone. But more importantly, if you look behind him, we can also of course see all of his former ancestors, who are his predecessors to the Black Panther mantle, possibly speaking from the Astral Dimension, which more than likely means that T'Challa is somewhere in Wakanda in this cutscene. Up next we get this really cool new shot of a brand new villain holding the Reality Stone. It is of course Dormammu, who will probably feature in one of the game's many boss battles, and judging by this cutscene he looks to be in the Dark Dimension, as its design is extremely similar to the way that it appeared in Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange movie. Next up we have a shot which I personally found particularly interesting, because here we can see a painting of the X-Men in the X-Mansion, which features Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Psylocke, but more on her later. And we can also see Cyclops, Colossus, Beast, and Professor X. Now, not counting Xavier, I find it really interesting how every character on this painting is playable except for those three, so I could totally see them either being unlockable in the main game or just added later through DLC, but only time will tell. Now, this is the part of the trailer where I absolutely lost my mind, because here we can see none other than Magneto in possession of the Power Stone, as he literally rips the roof right off the X-Mansion, which of course explains why it looked like this in the game's announcement trailer. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, Magneto sounds exactly like Tom Kane, who is no stranger to this character, as he did of course previously voice Eric in several different types of Marvel media, such as the Wolverine and the X-Men animated TV series. Magneto will also feature in a boss battle, which we can of course see here as he takes on Iron Man, Gamora, Wolverine, and Captain Marvel. Next up here we can see Iron Man, Spider-Man, Gamora, and Iron Fist as they take on even more Sentinels, only this time they're blue, which could imply that they're more powerful than the default purple ones. And I believe this is also our very first in-game look at Tony's thruster charge ability, which is essentially used as a way of instantly getting him right back into the action. And speaking of first looks, along with the Hulk, here we can of course see our very first gameplay of Doctor Strange in action, both in and out of his Astral Form, as he performs what might be one of my personal favourite abilities in this game yet, because here we can see him project a beam of energy out of two very MCU inspired magic protective shields. Here we get another shot of Magneto, only this time he's accompanied by two other mutants, those of course being Mystique and Juggernaut, and just seeing these three characters together in this game is really quite surreal, because not long ago an appearance from an X-Men related character in any Marvel media aside from the Fox movies was practically impossible, and it's just so great to see that is finally no longer the case. So not only does Mystique and Juggernaut feature in the main story, but you'll also be able to take them on in a boss battle outside the X-Mansion, as demonstrated here by Storm, Daredevil, Hawkeye, and Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot. Now here we get an awesome new shot of Nightcrawler teleporting out of the Blackbird with none other than Psylocke, who we'll get to in a little bit, but first we need to check out this brand new gameplay, which features Black Widow, Drax the Destroyer, Captain Marvel, and Nightcrawler as he performs a very cool spin attack on Juggernaut using his dual swords. Now, if you've been following my coverage on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, then you'll know that back in December when I did my first announcement trailer breakdown, I pointed out how you could actually see Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, and Vision right behind Wolverine, and ever since then we got another look at the android along with Ant-Man on an officially announced t-shirt, and now this trailer gives us our very best look yet at Vision's design, which I have to say is looking even better than ever, so I really do hope that he is a playable character in this game. Here we get an even better look at Psylocke's design, which looks absolutely perfect, but more importantly, yes, she is indeed playable, as we can of course see from this gameplay with Miles Morales, Star-Lord, and Captain America, where she attacks the Sentinels with her psionic blades before spinning around and leaping into the air, likely ending a combo by slamming the blades into the ground. Here we get another look at the Juggernaut Boss Battle, which seems to continue on inside the X-Mansion, as we can of course see Marco chasing Psylocke, Nightcrawler, Drax, and Spider-Gwen, who seems to have the advantage here as she can of course web swing, and I'd absolutely love to be able to explore the mansion itself as well as other mini locations, so let's hope that Hub Worlds will also be making a return in this game. Now here we can see a brand new look at Iron Man, Vision, Wolverine, Psylocke, Nightcrawler, Scarlet Witch, and our very first in-game look at Beast. So this part of the trailer is very interesting, because here we can see a seriously advanced Sentinel that is glowing purple, and as we saw at the beginning of the trailer, Magneto was in possession of the Power Stone, so I would have to assume that he has inserted the stone into the Sentinel, as it is probably now acting as its power source. Here we get yet another new look at Beast as Wolverine rushes past Psylocke to rescue him from a Sentinel blast, and if you look carefully you can actually see that Hank has dropped a device. Not quite sure what it is, maybe you guys will know, but I still figured that it was definitely worth pointing out. Now in this part of the trailer we see the Blackbird, otherwise known as the X-Jet, being blown up, probably due to a Sentinel blast, but if you pause the trailer at the right second you'll actually be able to see the jet in all its glory. Here we get another look at Psylocke yet again attacking a Sentinel, only this time with Thor and Nightcrawler as she leaps into the air and performs a spinning attack using her psionic blades. Yet another look at the Magneto Boss Battle, this time with Eric taking on Wolverine, Storm, Psylocke and Nightcrawler in the ruins of the X-Mansion. And despite recent reports that claimed that Venom was the only playable villain in the game, we now know that Magneto was also confirmed to be playable by Marvel and Nintendo themselves, which is just extremely exciting news, and it's got me thinking, because who knows, maybe more villains that we know of or have yet to see are also playable. I mean, for instance, in this trailer we already saw Mystique and Juggernaut, so if they added another character, say for example Toad, and made all three villains playable like Magneto, that would be the perfect excuse for Team Ninja to also give the player a Brotherhood of Mutants team bonus. Now while Beast has yet to be confirmed to be a playable character, I personally think that it's only a matter of time, because I highly doubt that Marvel and Nintendo would want the final shot in the trailer to feature Psylocke, Iron Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, Rocket and Scarlet Witch. 7 confirmed playable characters with 1 that isn't. Not to mention the fact that after Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive threaten Magneto, Eric literally goes on to say that perhaps an alliance is called for after all, an alliance that would obviously include Hank. Plus, if we go back to the X-Mansion painting that I talked about earlier, if Beast is playable, then that would leave Cyclops and Colossus as the 2 members of the X-Men that have yet to be revealed to be playable. So hopefully this art is hinting at what's to come. I also find it really interesting how we can now make a team of 4 Avengers, Guardians, X-Men, and even the Spider-Verse if you count Venom. So hopefully that means that in time, Crystal will finally be joined by 3 other Inhuman members from her royal family. The last few shots in this trailer also give us a really great new close-up look at Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Scarlet Witch, Psylocke, and Wolverine and Beast. And last but most certainly not least, we see everyone's favourite merc with a mouth. It is of course Deadpool, as he poses for a selfie with a taco. But more importantly, judging by that little noise he makes at the end, I'm 100% certain that like Steve Blum with Wolverine, it sounds like Nolan North will be reprising his role as Deadpool after all these years, which is just such great news, because I think the last time he voiced this character was in Lego Marvel Superheroes all the way back in 2013. And like that game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is really shaping up to be a true celebration of all things Marvel. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Tons of exciting news there. Let me know in the comment section below, do you think that Beast, Cyclops and Colossus will actually be playable? Because I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyway guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and as always, if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest news on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, then please be sure to like, comment and subscribe.